Welcome to the Daily Shift, where every day, pretty much between Monday and Friday at 12:15 p.m. CST-ish, pretty much, I come to you bringing you some soul food because I believe in the perfect equation that says that you will prosper and be in health as your soul, which is your mind, your will, and your emotions prospers. It is a perfect equation. And if you want to succeed, if you want to prosper in anything in your life, that is the trifecta. That is the perfect trinity. Feed your mind right, and the procrastination issues, the overwhelm issues, the anxiety issues, the imposter syndrome issues melt away. And then that starts to impact your emotions, your energy in motion, right? You can't always trust your feelings because feelings is just data. It's just information from your subconscious. You can't always trust your emotions because it's energy in motion. You can be happy 1 second and then pissed off the next. So if you want to change the outcome, then look at what you've been feeding your mind, because that is the gateway to everything else. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you really the secret sauce, one of the main ingredients for you to have the abundant life that people just don't talk about. And when you hear it, you'll be like, duh. But I'm going to tell you what it is, so hang out with me for a little bit. It won't cost you more than 1% of your day. 1% is 14 minutes and 40 seconds. It is how you are paying yourself, because this is an attention economy. So I promise you that you're going to get an aha moment and you're going to get some strategy today. So I'm going to tell you what it is, because that's why you came here. And then I'm going to tell you how to get it and how to get it done easier, because I like fast results. I don't know about you, but I like fast results. But it also has to be sometimes fun for me, or is some satisfying, because I don't want to waste my time. Can I hear an amen? So if you're watching this live, go ahead and put hashtag live. If you're watching this on replay, let me know that you're watching this on replay. And so the thing that people don't tell you that is really the secret to abundance, at least one of the top secrets, is about this. Simplify your life, and desire above maybe anything is that you live a simple life. I was reading the good book, and that kept the phrase about really desiring and going after simple life kept on coming up. And when I thought about even my own journey of me retiring myself from corporate, I'm currently, entering into my 50s. Yes, loving it. The older I get, the happier I am. I wish someone would have told me that when I was younger. And I've noticed that is so true. One of the things that entrepreneurship has given me, the gift of that, has really been, I thought it was going to be about the money, but it's really about the time freedom. And in that time freedom, I've been able to really simplify my life. This is why, when you're an entrepreneur, a friend of mine, her name is Pam. She's amazing. And one of her sweet spots is creating funnels, right? She says funnels are freedom. What does that give you? Time freedom, so that you can do more of what you love to do and what you want to do. I have another friend of mine who is amazing at creating, what's that called? Irresistible events. And she really helps you with getting rid of the tech overwhelm, so that you can do what you're created to do and create an irresistible experience for those who are coming. Again, is that time freedom, so you can be who you want to be. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, this is still for you, because the more you desire a simplified life and a simple life, sometimes people look at that and be like, well, you're not very ambitious. Do you know how ambitious you have to be in order for you to live a simple life, in order for you to live a simplified life? How innovative you have to be, how really in touch with your inner gangster of being able to say yes to the things you want to say yes to, and saying no, especially to the things that you have to say no to in order to keep your peace. So there is this, and I know people mean well, but this push of you being a go-getter, for you being a risk taker, for you wanting more and more and more and more. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. but it's seeing it through the eyes of how can I get everything that I want in a simplified manner so that I can live the simple life, a simpler life. Because the how you get something is going to be how you maintain it. And if you're going in with this like false belief system of I'm not being ambitious enough, who said? Who's been convincing you that you're not ambitious enough? Maybe you're not ambitious enough. Maybe your ambitions are misplaced. And maybe that's one reason why you might get a flood of abundance and then it eludes you. I am about holistic wealth. You want holistic wealth in your personal vitality, in your health, in your wealth, and for you to be having thriving relationships, because everything you want is in the gift of someone else, including the gift in you. And if you are not living a simplified life, it's very difficult for you to create healthy boundaries. And that is the symptoms of that is overwhelm, anxiety, imposter syndrome. The root of that is not knowing who you are and really how you are wired to succeed. When you understand who you are and how you're wired to succeed, it makes things simpler, including creating easy habit loops. That may not sound sexy, but I'm all for easier. I like, now that I've been living this life since 2019, I love my time freedom. And one of the things that I'm very good at is creating easy systems for people and myself and living that out to get what I want. Tomorrow, I'm having a complimentary workshop called, creating easy habit loops. And I do that based on neuroscience and your personality gift clusters. This is really the crust in no, that's not crust. The crust is what you eat. Yeah, it sounds like it though. I see the word, but I'm not saying it right. But you know what I mean. It's the foundation of what you want. And the secret to abundance is living the simple life. What does that mean for you? For me, that has to include time freedom. For me, that time freedom gives me the opportunity to connect with my friends and my family and charities that I care about because I'm a salt of the earth. So those things are really, really important to me. What's equally important to me is having fun and having satisfaction and, trying to, having adventures and traveling. And so that's part of my simple life. I was talking to a friend of mine and we're talking about budgets. I used to hate the word budget because it felt so, it felt like it was imprisoning me. But it's the reframe recently that I started to look at that differently. A budget allows you to say no to certain things so that you can say yes and have the yes to the other things that you actually want. So it becomes easier to say no because you're like, well, I don't really need or want that because what I really want, what I really desire is over here. And so this is a path for me to get it. So it was really freeing just to have a reframe. And that's what I'm challenging with you today. That's the challenge today, is to reframe what you believe is a simplified life. How can you simplify your life? This is why I'm doing the complimentary workshop tomorrow, because that's part of it. You will have abundance when you activate a simpler way of doing things, which will allow you to create the consistency. You need the consistency to create the momentum, and the momentum is going to get you what you want. But if you do not simplify your life, you're not going to get there. And if you do, you're going to have to hustle. You're going to have to push. Can you will yourself there? 100%. But you're going to become resentful and bitter and frustrated. And you might, like I did, I made myself physically sick. I made myself physically sick. I made myself mentally sick to the point that I tried 4 different times. I am naturally a very optimistic person. I'm wired to succeed that way, to be open and to love life and to have a lot of fun. But when I did not honor the way I was wired to succeed. I said yes to too many things. Some of them out of obligation, and some of it was because I wanted peace, and not understanding at that point that sometimes peace comes through conflict. I've gotten very good at the gift of goodbye, or I'm going to put you on pause. Now, that was some of the ways that I started to simplify my life. I recognized that I didn't need as much money as I thought I needed. I didn't need as many things as I thought I needed to feel good about myself, because once I started to recognize how I am wired to succeed, because we're all wired differently, we have some similarities, which is why we like certain people groups, right? We empower each other that way. But once I started to honor those things and what really is my core motivators, I recognized for myself that, wow, I am so fortunate. And I'm able to do what I love and be with people that I love, and I enjoy their company every single day. And so can you. But you have to make the choice of going after the simple life. That is a high ambition, because everything around you wants you to get more and more and more and more and more. Maybe you don't need more of something external. What you need more of is internal. Because you will prosper and be in health as your soul, your mind, your will, and emotion prospers. It is a perfect equation. This is why a lot of people love personal development, because they recognize that. That's why they like getting coaches and mentors and books, because they recognize that. But how are you defining a simplified life, or a simple life? There's a lot of joy that you will organically have. Your overwhelm might be because you have not figured out how to simplify your life. Your anxiety is you using your imagination in the way that it was not designed to work. Where the mind goes, the man follows. And your anxiety is an indicator that you are using your superpower of imagination incorrectly. But there are simple ways for you to reverse that. And so that's why I'm having the workshop tomorrow. You can go to the website, yourgpsforsuccess.net, or you can just drop me a #workshop and I will get you the direct link to make it easier for you. Because when you start to create easy habit loops for yourself, you will get the consistency, you will get the momentum, and you will get what you want. But it has to be easy, or you're not going to do it. You're not going to stick to it. You're not going to be able to be consistent. And using this method, you can use that for anything that I'm going to show you tomorrow. But that's the secret. Simplify your life. Because if I start going, and I'm a great auditor, if I start going through your daily activities and what you're spending your time on, I can tell you where you're going and why you're stuck. And for many people watching, it's just because you have not defined for yourself that it's okay, and giving yourself permission that it is okay for you to have a simple life, and that is something that will give you the greatest joy when you're able to create the foundation, so that really what people want is time freedom. They want to be able to do what they want to do when they want to do it. So how can you do that? By understanding how you are wired to succeed, by creating easy habit loops, by recognizing what your real motivators are. Not everybody's motivated the same. Some people are externally motivated. Like I am externally motivated. I'm not internally motivated. And so once I figured that out, and once I found that out, I stopped beating myself up over, why do I feel motivated to do this? Because I'm not meant to be motivated from an internal GPS. It's the external that actually gives me that. Once I recognized that, once I found that out about myself, it was easier. It was easier to say, you know what, I just don't feel like it. I'm not motivated, and that's okay. I'm not motivated to do this right now. And have no guilt, no shame over it, because I understand that's part of my wiring to succeed. And if you want a little bit of that and be able to get some things that you can run with to simplify your life, then I invite you to check out the site. I invite you to the complimentary workshop that I'm not. It's not tomorrow. I said tomorrow. It's not. The 26th. I'm sorry. It's Thursday. You're thinking it's tomorrow. What's happening tomorrow? Something's happening on Tuesday. It keeps on coming up. But it's on Thursday. I'm sorry. It's on the 26th at 1 p.m. CST. I know that this has helped you, given you some ahas and some things to think about. Ask yourself the questions. The more questions you ask yourself, the wiser you will organically become. And perhaps it's been these false belief systems of how to be happy, how to have joy, how to have satisfaction, how to have fun, how to enjoy your life. That has really been the root of your overwhelm, your anxiety, your imposter syndrome, or anything else you want to call it. Those things are just symptoms. It's not the root. You're feeling those things because for most of us, we're saying yes to the wrong things when we should be saying no. Or saying no to some things when we should be saying yes. I'm so glad that you said yes to you today. You spent a little bit over 1% of your day investing in yourself by being here with me. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And until next time, which will be very, very soon, I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, at around 12:15 p.m. CST-ish. Every day, pretty much between Monday and Friday, I bring you some soul food so that you can run with it. I love you. And until next time, may God's richest and best be yours. Bye, my loves.